पौत्रस्तव श्रीलललाललामं द्रष्टा स्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डिताननम्. Word to word translation. Anta, within, Bahi, without, Cha, also, Amalam, spotless, Abjanetram, lotus eyes, Swapurusha, own devotee, Icha Anugrahita Rupam, accepting form according to desire, Pautraha, grandchild, Tava, your, Sri Lalana, beautiful goddess of fortune, Lalamam, decorated, Drashta, will see, Spurat Kundala, with brilliant earrings, Mandita, decorated, Ananam, face. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Your grandson will be able to see inside and outside the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose wife is the beautiful goddess of fortune. The Lord can assume the form desired by the devotee, and his face is always beautifully decorated with earrings. Purport. It is predicted herewith that the grandson of Diti, Prahlad Maharaja, would not only see the personality of Godhead within himself by meditation, but would also be able to see him personally with his eyes. This direct vision is possible only for one who is highly elevated in Krishna consciousness. For the Lord is not possible to see with material eyes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has multifarious eternal forms such as Krishna, Baladeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, Narayana, Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, and Vamana. And the devotee of the Lord knows all those Vishnu forms. A pure devotee becomes attached to one of the eternal forms of the Lord, and the Lord is pleased to appear before him in the form desired. A devotee does not imagine something whimsical about the form of the Lord, nor does he ever think that the Lord is impersonal and can assume a form desired by the non-devotee. The non-devotee has no idea of the form of the Lord, and thus he cannot think of any of the above-mentioned forms. But whenever a devotee sees the Lord, he sees him in a most beautifully decorated form, accompanied by his constant companion, the goddess of fortune, who is eternally beautiful. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are from couple of days, we are seeing the great qualities of Prahlad Maharaj, and here how Kashyapa Muni, the great Kashyapa Muni, is glorifying, is pacifying Diti and giving her hope, saying about Prahlad Maharaj, how exalted he is, and how as the grandson, he will, though he is appeared as the son of Hiranyakasipu, how he will bring good fortune for the whole ancestors and fourth generations, which are generated from Mother Diti. It is really heartbreaking for Mother Diti when she heard the consequences for her impatience, for her desires. But the great Kashyapa Muni, who is none other than Prishnikarbha, and who is the none other than Vasudeva. When Lord appeared to Sutapa and Prishnikarbha, he promised to them, because they were doing austerity from thousands and thousands of years, maintaining the celibacy and desiring the Lord to be their son. At that time, he blessed them that he will appear as the son of Prishnikarbha and Sutapa in 3 lifetimes. So, such a great exalted devotee is the Kashyapa Muni. Not only that, he acted as the spiritual master also, even though he is the materially husband, but he acted as the spiritual master by always giving good instructions to both Mother Diti, Aditi, and all other wives. According to the desires, he is performing his duties, but there is no fault or anything to blame or anything, as the responsibility, as the religious duty as the husband. He was fulfilling the desires of each and every wife. So in that aspect, when Mother Diti was desiring for and very eager for the son, when later when she heard the consequences for that moment, everything is with the God's will. There is no, we are all, even the Mother Diti or Kashyap Muni, everyone is playing the part of those characters which were decided according to the will of the Lord. Otherwise, where we can get the Narsim Bhagavan appearance, where we can see various incarnations, and how we can get these beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam narrations if those pastimes were not there. So it is all the Leelas, pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So now, as the mother, perfectly performing the role as the mother Diti, she was so much lamenting for Hiranyakasipu's and Hiranyaksha's appearances, and how it is going to be the troublesome for the whole planetary systems. And then when she was, when her heart is breaking, no mother desires the pain of any other living entities. This shows that even Mother Diti is so compassionate about the whole planetary systems and about every living entity. So even she could not digest that Hiranyakasipu and Hiranyaksha are going to be like this. Then when she was extremely lamenting, Kashyapa Muni was showing lot of compassion, and she is pacifying, don't worry, you will have a very wonderful great grandson who is the devotee of the Supreme Lord, and he liberates all 14 generations, and he will be very dear to each and every living entity. Like that, he was glorifying. He's an exalted Brahmana, he's an exalted Vaishnava, he is very well versed in all the scriptures. He preaches the glories of the Lord. And Mother Diti is so much happy when he was hearing about the glories of Prahlad Maharaj. So in that way, it is the continuation how Prahlad Maharaj can see the Lord within and without, and he can meditate, he can see the personal form of the Lord. And this particular purport and translation are great examples, great proofs for the impersonalists who think that Lord doesn't have form. He will take according to the need of the situation, and again he will merge there. No, here Kashyap Muni is saying that Prahlad Maharaj always he meditates upon the personal form of the Lord. And it is also said in many places. That's why this Srimad Bhagavatam is the Amala Purana, which cannot be touched. They can touch Mayavadis, they can touch any other scripture or literature, but they cannot justify their impersonal explanation of the form of the Lord through Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why that is one more glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nowhere it can be justified their explanation, impersonal explanation through Srimad Bhagavatam, because every part, every canto, it is clearly explained that Lord has a personal form, and devotees always sees that form. Rupa Goswami said that in his explanations, we can smell the Lord. If a devotee is perfectly following, if perfectly eating only Krishna Prasada in their lifetime, they can smell the Lord. And he gave the beautiful explanation of the Lord appearance. Not only that, he mentioned that in his descriptions, when Lord, when the devotee touches and sees the Lord, it is like cotton ball, how it is soft. We don't see our bones or heart, something like that. His transcendental body is very soft, and devotees personally saw that. How can they know each and every complexion? He wears shark-shaped earrings. He's monsoon cloud. His complexion is monsoon cloud. Not like it is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the detailed descriptions by the Acharyas. We have three primary colors: blue, red, and green. RGB or RBG colors. So out of the combination of these three, we can produce secondary colors 9 or something. And by the combination of these 9 colors, we can produce some millions of colors. But in the spiritual world, we can see 64 primary colors. That's why exact color of Krishna is not mentioned, cannot be mentioned exactly according to the 3 primary colors that are obtained in the material world. He is neither gray, he is neither black, he is neither blue. He is a Shyama color. That Shyama color can be identified in the 64 primary colors that are obtained in the spiritual world. That Shyama color is, to our understanding, very close to the monsoon cloud color. So, which is very different than the actual Shyama color. So, but we can understand in that way. So, it is clearly mentioned by the Acharyas because they had seen personally with their spiritual eyes. Premanjana Chirita Bhakti Vilochinena Santa Sadaiva Hrudeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purisham Tamaham Bhajami. So how beautifully it is described by the Acharyas in the Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma is describing. But for that to see, we need the transcendental eyes which are anointed with the love of Krishna. Love for Krishna. Then we can also see. And here, more than that, it is described that out of his sweet will, see, the devotees are how much dear to the Lord. It is mentioned in the translation and also the purport. The devotee, according to the desire of the devotee, Lord will assume the form. Lord will take up that form, not assume. Lord will accept the form according to the desire of the devotee. That means we should not speculate that a devotee will speculate some form and Lord will take up that form. Not like that. Devotees are always meditating upon according to the scriptures. They don't imagine some weird form, Lord with the one side wings, one side some other weird form. No. Because they are very well versed in the scriptures and like Prahlad Maharaj. But exceptional cases, Lord will come according to the need, that's true. But according to the desire of the devotee, he mainly manifests, he mainly takes up his form. when we see the many examples, when now we are having lot of Jagannath Ratha Yatras everywhere in the world. We know that before Jagannath Ratha Yatra, 15 days before, we will have Snana Yatra. So we know that this pastime, immediately after Snana Yatra, Lord Jagannath Ji will come in the Hativesh, in the form of Ganesha. Why? Because there is a beautiful pastime also. And when this Brahmana devotee, who is very much attached to the Lord Ganesha, he came to Jagannath, Puri Jagannath, and he wants to see the Lord. But he wanted to see Lord Ganesha also. Then understanding the mood of, see how merciful, even though Lord even the Brahmana wants to see a Ganesha in the Lord's form, okay, fine, I will give you. That proves that he has all forms within him. Even the demigods, even the Purushavasaras, Leelavataras, Gunavataras, everything is emanating from his lotus face, from his form, transcendental form. So this is the main evidence. Then the Brahmana is so happy, completely pacified. And when Lord Krishna is showing the universal form to Arjuna, when Arjuna asked, okay, by the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita itself, Arjuna clearly understood the greatness of the Lord Krishna, all the opulences, how great he is. But for the human society, for the upcoming generations, to give clarity, if anyone claims that he is the Supreme Lord, for them, Arjuna asked Krishna to show the universal form. Then, okay, I'm fine, I can show the universal form. But after showing that, Arjuna doesn't have the vision to see that much universal form, which is very huge, gigantic. Then Krishna blessed Arjuna with the divine vision also. Then after that, Arjuna asked for the four-handed Narayana form, because he was not happy with that universal form. Then Krishna said, okay, fine. Then he assumed a four-handed. He manifested. He took the four-handed Narayana form. Then Arjuna, okay, but it is not as beautiful as my regular Krishna form. Okay, it's okay. Can you please take back your Shamachandra form only? That is much, much sweeter. Then Krishna said that, okay, fine. Like that, whatever devotee desires, Krishna can, Supreme Lord can take that form to please his devotees. So finally, in the same way, when we all know in the Chaitanya Leela, Madhya Leela, we know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing in the Srivas Angan all the he performing so many confidential pastimes with all his close associates. One time it was 21 hours continuous great revelation of so many Mahaprakash Leelas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, all confidential devotees, Swarup Damodar, Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, many devotees are there. And along all those devotees, Murari Gupta is also there. At that time, he spoke to, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta, you are with me from so many days, but still you are not able to understand who am I. And when he was talking like that, he transformed himself as with bow and arrow, with a crown in the Murari Gupta got surprised seeing the transformation that Lord Chaitanya becoming Lord Ramachandra. Then he was so surprised. Whole atmosphere like is with Ayodhya. Hanumanji, they're not Hanumanji, Lakshmana, Mother Sita, he could visualize, he could see all the Ayodhya atmosphere there. And all of a sudden, when he saw himself, he is no more than Murari Gupta. He is like Hanumanji, Vajrangji. So that he was glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was so happy because Murari Gupta is so much attached to the Lord Rama's form. And even we saw many places in Ramayana also. And also when Hanumanji came to see Krishna, Hanumanji is so much attached to the form of that Aishwarya Bhava. He is so much attached from eternally to the form of Lord Ramachandra. Then Krishna said, fine, you can see me. You can see Lord Rama in me. Then he gave darshan to Hanumanji as Lord Ramachandra. So according to the will of Supreme Lord, he can please all his devotees. And also there is one more confidential pastime. One time there are so many explanations of this pastime in different angles, but it is very sweet. In Vrindavan, when gopis are having nice pastimes with Krishna, all the gopis. So in one place it is mentioned that they're all so puffed up that Krishna is with only, every gopi is thinking that Krishna is with me only. I am so dear to Krishna. That's why Krishna is with me only. Krishna is with me. Every devotee is thinking like that. Then Krishna thought that, okay, let me see what is their reaction. Then immediately he disappeared from that place. Then all the gopis are started searching for Krishna. Where is Krishna? They are searching each and every tree, every corner, this one or that one. They're running like the mad people in search of Krishna. Then in the midst of Vrindavan, Lord Krishna appeared as 400 Narayana with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Then all the gopis, they're coming, offering obeisances. Please, Narayana, please tell us where is my Krishna. Please tell us, please tell me where is my Krishna, where he went. Like that, everyone is searching. So they are not at all attracted to 400 Narayana form, but they are looking, they are searching for the 200 Shyamsundara of Krishna form only. Then, okay, in the same way, Mother Srimati Radharani is also looking for Krishna. Then Krishna wanted to see how Srimati Radharani's reaction when she appears as Narayana. So, in the same way, he came across Srimati Radharani and he appeared as 400 Narayana. And even for fraction of second also, he wanted to see the reaction of Srimati Radharani, but when Srimati Radharani looks at the 400 Narayana form of Krishna, immediately 2 extra hands got disappeared. Not even fraction of second could behold the 400 Narayana form. See, the transparency, the Krishna is 100% fulfilling. He could not go against even a fraction of second of the desire of Srimati Radharani. Automatically 2 hands are vanished because Srimati Radharani is very deeply much attached to the Tribhangi Shyamsundara form of Krishna. That's why immediately 2 hands got disappeared, and even the existing 2 hands immediately holding the flute, and in the Tribhangi form, Krishna is, you would have seen that picture. Immediately the Srimati Radharani is offering flowers on the lotus feet of Krishna. Such a beautiful, so Lord always take up the form according to the desires of the devotees. Even when here Prahalad Maharaj also, he was always decorated his eyes with the love and devotion towards the Lord, and he could see eternally the form of Krishna. Prabhupada always says that we should always have that loving devotion. We should always meditate upon the Lord. He always, even in his puppets, he so carefully guides the devotee not to be attracted even to the any other form of the Lord also. There is nothing wrong, but he wants to give the complete, take us to the eternal, highest, ultimate destination towards the Goloka, which is where Lord is perfectly in 64 qualities and ultimate, highest perfection. He wants to take all his devotees, all his disciples, grand disciples, Siksha disciples, everyone through his purpose. So if we carefully understand the mood of Srila Prabhupada, we can, without any deviation, without being attracted to any other form, we can take according to our primary rasas. So 5 primary rasas are there, right? Shanda rasa, Vatsalya rasa, Dasi rasa, Madhurya rasa, Sakya rasa. So it can be revealed. So Prabhupada always takes care of us and guides us through the purports. And being the taking the Prahlada, following the footsteps of Prahlada, it is mentioned that unless like a non-devotee assuming the form like that, assuming some imaginary form like that, like Sahasyas, I am a peacock today, I am a cow today, I am in the Goloka. No, these are all Sahasya philosophies. We should not be misled like that. But whereas we have to follow the footsteps of Vaishnava Acharyas and Prahlad Maharaj, and according to the scriptures and according to the transcendental forms that are mentioned, we have to meditate upon the Lord. Satatam Kirtayanto Mama. And always we should discuss the glories of the Lord. It is mentioned in that way, Machitta Madhyata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam. When we are discussing the glories of the Lord and the transcendental forms, we can relish the devotional service, and we can constantly, even though Maya is so powerful, we can dedicatedly, we can always keep the pastimes of the Lord in our heart. And finally, I want to conclude in Narottam Das Thakura Bhajan Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama. In that bhajan, in the last verse, Muramane means always please bless me so that all your transcendental pastimes that are happening in the Goloka eternally, we remain in my heart so that I can meditate upon your pastimes eternally. So that should be our mood, and always we should be able to meditate upon the Lord's form and his eternal pastimes. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions or comments, please kindly.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Today is the long weekend, so we can discuss today or not. We can put in there.
I don't have any problem if Madhupat Prabhuji is fine.
Go ahead, Jagannath. Go
ahead. Hare Krishna, Mataji. You already from the beginning of your discussion, you told that Kashyapa Muni is the. I think that I missed that point. Kashyapa Muni is the incarnation of the Lord? No, I think that no, right?
No, he is the devotee. Kashyapa Muni is the devotee. Even in the previous life also, they were doing, along with his wife, when he was doing austerity for thousands of years, Supreme Lord appeared in front of them because they are following, they are not eating anything, they were doing celibacy, they are performing lot of austerities. Desiring the Supreme Lord, they should have a child as the Supreme Lord. So when the Supreme Lord appeared, he said that he is Advaitam. There is no second person as the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord itself has to come as the son, because they are doing so many austerities and they please the Supreme Lord. Then Supreme Lord blessed, in 3 lifetimes Lord will appear as their child. So if one as Vasudeva and Devaki, and one as Kashyapa Muni and Aditi, and again first one is Krishnagarpa and Sutapa.
Okay. And another point, Mataji, through Kashyapa Muni, all the progeny came, right? Not only the Devata, I mean, from the Aditi from Devata, Aditi from Demon, and other things is also serpent.
Correct.
All the things came, right?
Correct. I last week, in my last class, I said about that Kadru and Vinata. One has all the serpents, 1,000 serpents as their kids, and Kadru was so much worrying, and there was some competition challenge between those 2 wives. Yeah, there is a big pastime, and that's how Garuda appeared, and finally he relieved her mother from the servant. Actually, for thousands of years, she has to become the servant to all the 1,000 serpents and their mother. So he Garuda relieved his mother from that punishment, and he brought her liberation.
Okay, but Mataji, here sometimes we bewildered about this. How can that serpent and birds came from from Kashyapa? So that is a very bewildered thing.
Why not, Prabhuji? All are living entities, right? We cannot think like that. Only the humans can be generated, because every living entity has, according to the karma of the living entity, anybody can take the form, right? So it is when we see the history of the from the Puranas, Brahma is the first living entity. So Lord did not want to decide, okay, for all the humans, Brahma should be the first living entity. For all the birds, Garuda should be the first living entity. He did not produce all the different at the same time. No. Brahma is the he has such a capacity. He has that supernatural powers, that he can produce any kinds of form, any kinds of bodies to all the living entities. He has that capacity through him directly, or through his offsprings, or through his expansions. Anyhow, he has the capacity to generate bodies for any living entities.
Yes, Mataji, but it is very bewildering that for us, that is correct. We are the condition, so we don't understand about this, but that is correct. That Brahmaji can create the various bodies. That is correct. But from Kashyapa Muni and
okay, let me explain you this pastime very detailedly. What happened is, actually, Kadru and Vinita, right? They both are 2 wives. So Kadru, I don't remember exactly who is the mother of serpent and who is mother of Garuda. Kadru only mother of Garuda, I think. Vinita, and they both wanted to have kids. So when they asked Kashyapa Muni, they served nicely, they pleased Kashyapa Muni very nicely. And when Kashyapa Muni got pleased, Vinata asked that, I want 1,000 kids, so that I can be greater than the Kadru. Then Kashyapa Muni said, Tadastu. Then when Kashyapa Muni asked Kadru, I want only 2 sons which can take the control of all 1,000. kids of Vinata. Then Kashyap Muni said, okay, fine. Then they both are like co-wives, right? There will be some competition, something like that. It's not jealous, but it's a natural competition between any two wives, if there are two wives. So then when the egg, after a few days, Kadru has 2 eggs and Vinata has 1,000 eggs. So they were taking care of these eggs very nicely. So all Vinata's 1,000 eggs started hatching, and all 1,000 serpents came from those eggs. And Kadru's wives are not hatching. Even after months also, they are not hatching. Then Vinata was starting saying with some ill words. See, you are not a proper mother. You are not taking care of your eggs. That's why they are not hatching. They are not going to hatch any time. Forever, you will not have. You cannot become mother. She was saying all those words. Then what she did, Kadru, she got scared and is that true or like that? She broke one egg and saw. Then she was so happy seeing a beautiful boy with legs, hands, everything. But when she saw the bottom part of that boy, it is full of the raw flesh only. It is not forming. That body is not completely formed. Then the boy immediately cursed the mother. You hurry lady, you are so impatient. Why you have done? You have took my life. Why you have done like that? Then Kadru got so scared and she was asking forgiveness. Then the boy blessed, okay, don't and he cursed when he was chastising. He cursed that for this act you will become a servant to your own co-wife. Then she was so scared, which is very hard to digest for her. Then he asked, please relieve me from this curse. Then the boy said that if you are at least patient with my brother, other egg, then he can help you to be relieving from this punishment. Then like that, he blessed, and he not blessed, he showed the remedy. He told the remedy and became the chariot driver of the sun god. That's why if you see the sun god charioteer, he doesn't have legs. And then Kadru is so patiently waiting for the egg, and a beautiful, after almost a couple of months, a beautiful boy, very strong. How much strong means he can break anything, that much with the charming, with 2 wings, very strong body. Now Kadru is so happy seeing. And according to the punishment, they had some bet, Vinata and Kadru. They saw some heavenly denizen. They put some bet according that he is a very beautiful person, he is so and so person. Vinata is saying that no, he is not. So whoever in that bet, if Vinata is right, Vinata has to become, Kadru has become servant to the Vinata. Otherwise opposite. So in that way, Kadru lost the bet, and she has to become the servant for whole serpents and her co-wife. And finally, one day, Garuda came and saw the pain undergoing by her mother. And Garuda put one more challenge. And in that challenge, Garuda won and relieved his mother. So everything is possible in the narrations. When a bird can become the carrier of Lord Vishnu, why a bird? When a bird can become a devotee of Lord Vishnu, when a bird can do whatever beyond the humans can do, why cannot be produced from a human?
Yes, so yeah, thank you, Mataji. Very enlightening explanation. And last question, Mataji, one not related to this, but I heard that the Prabhuji's, but I missed that point. So that's why I'm asking you that the Bhagavan's internal energies. You are talking about the internal. We are the marginal energy, and this Jashoda Mataji and Nanda Maharaj also not the internal energy. It's the marginal energy, right?
No. They are all the eternal associates. They are the eternal associates. They are not the marginal energy. They are the expansions. What we can say is good question only, but they are not like the Jiva Tattva, which are forced to take birth, and who are not forced by the external energy of the Supreme Lord. They are not subjected. They are coming under the category of Nitya Siddhas. We are the Nitya Baddhas. They are the Nitya Siddhas. So whoever is Nitya Siddhas, even though when they were like seeing the Jiva Tattvas, we should not consider them as the Jiva Tattvas, but we should give as equal respect as the Supreme Lord, because they become the eternal associates of the Supreme Lord. So Lord said that they are as equal as me. So we should treat them as the Nitya Siddhas, but not as the Jiva Tattvas like us.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam to everyone. Thank you, Mataji. Nice experience. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day. Weekend ahead. Oh, not weekend, week ahead. Beginning of a new week, end of the weekend, but a Memorial Day. So, day off. Enjoy your day off. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting 3 times Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Jai Sina Singa, Jai Singa, Praladesha, Jaya Padma Bringa, Ugravira Mahavira, Vishnu Singam, Vishanam Bhagwan, Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai, Maharaj ki Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Hasamal Vaishnavas, Vancha Kalpatarubhaya, Hindu Devacha, Bhavane Bhaya Vaishnave Namaha, Vaishnavinda ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Shila Prabhupada ki Jai, Premanande, Hari.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Thank you,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.